Hello everyone. So I know it's been a minute, but I am back. I am back, and today I thought it'd be nice just to do a single pile reading for personal success. You know, it's Leo season, it's almost Virgo season. It seems like the right kind of time for a personal success reading. So that's what we're gonna do today. Anyways, I hope this Mercury retrograde is treating you well. I hope you are doing well in general. And we're just gonna get into this reading. So before we get into the tarot, I've already pulled two oracle cards for you. And this first card that I pulled is representative of what your energy is now in regards to what you're pursuing. And so that card, as you can see, is the cheetah. And the cheetah is a card about, as you can probably guess, like rapidly pursuing something, basically. And so this is a card that depicts you as being in a time of just a high workload, basically. But the work you're doing is effective, you know, like this card is upright and like not in reverse. So the work that you are doing is going to pay off. It's just that you are expending a lot of energy in this stage. And then I pulled this card for the energy that you want to be embodying. And this is an interesting combination because whereas the cheetah card is all about like fast, rapid action, and the guidebook describes it as a divine masculine, this card is described as a divine feminine, and it's described as someone who is kind of just like compassionate, kind of shy, and someone who just radiates a kind of like quiet kindness. And so what I'm getting from the combination of these two cards together is that it seems as though you're currently in this cheetah energy, rapidly pursuing the things that you want, rapidly pursuing that personal success. And this energy, this deer energy, is what you want to reach. You want to be able to reach a state of placidity. You want to be able to reach a state where you no longer have to be pursuing these things so rapidly. So with that in mind, let's get into the tarot. So let's see. I think the first question I want to ask is, how do you feel about your work currently? And by the way, my friends, when I say like work, I don't mean literally like a career. Like this is meant to be just like a personal success reading for whatever you're pursuing, and that could apply to a lot of things. It could apply to a literal career. It could apply to like learning a language. It could apply to like selling artwork. I don't know. Whatever the reason is you're here, like that's what this reading is going to give you. So anyways, yes, the first question I'm going to ask is, how do you feel about the work that you're doing? Alrighty, how do you feel about the work you're doing? Okay, so the Six of Cups. We'll pull some other cards. Reverse Knight of Swords and Reverse Temperance. Very interesting. Okay, so with the Six of Cups, it indicates that whatever you're doing has some sort of emotional tie for you, all right? A lot of the time, Six of Cups has an element of nostalgia to it, so you might be doing something that takes you back to when you were a kid. You might be working with someone from your past, or just like what you're doing, it may just like remind you of someone from your past, but there's definitely that sort of like sweet emotional tie to it, all right? Now, with this reverse Knight of Swords, the Knight of Swords presents a very active energy, which, you know, we saw with that cheetah card at the beginning. And the fact that this card is in reverse, it may mean that you feel as though you have a lot of energy, but you're not putting it in the right places. This card may mean that there's a lot that you want to do and you're frustrated about the fact that it's not getting done, basically. And then reverse temperance may mean that there's not enough balance between what you're pursuing and the rest of your life, and you may be feeling that. It may be taking a toll on you. All right. Okay, very intriguing. Let's see. Next we're gonna ask about obstacles preventing your success. Alrighty, what are some obstacles preventing your success? Oh, okay, odd card for obstacles. 10 of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups, and the 6 of Cups again. Okay, okay, so 10 of Pentacles, if you're not familiar with this card, the 10 of Pentacles is a card all about, like, stability and material success. So it's very, like, strange that it would come up as an obstacle card. But here's what I'm thinking. So the 10 of Pentacles can also be a card representative of, like, family. Because, like, you know, like, Pentacles is the suit of stability and achievement. And, while 9s and 10s in the suits, often represent success, the number 10 is often a more, like, group success, whereas 9 is a more, individual success. But anyways, so the vibe that I'm getting with the 10 of Pentacles, especially with the image depicted on this card, is that you may feel as though you need to live up to the expectations of someone else. That may be your family, that may be one of your friends, it could be anyone, but you may be feeling some pressure to live up to other people's expectations or to, like, meet someone else's example. You might be feeling some familial pressure. All right? So, okay, so with the Knight of Cups as an obstacle, honestly, the first thing to come to mind is, like, you might be getting quote-unquote distracted with your love life, and I say quote-unquote because, like, all aspects of your life are important, you know, like, I mean, we already saw reverse temperance indicating that there was, like, a lack of balance in your life, so if you do feel like you're getting quote-unquote distracted by, like, your love life, or, something similar, maybe you should reconsider whether that's really a distraction, or whether it's just, like, another important component of your happiness. That's what I'm seeing. Yeah, and so also, like, with the 6 of Cups coming back up again as an obstacle, it seems as though you may be kind of overwhelmed by the emotional side of things. Yeah, like, you may be overwhelmed by the emotional side of things, if it's true that, like, whatever you're doing, like, reminds you of someone else, you might be getting, like, lost in that feeling. Maybe it makes you sad to pursue what you want because, like, you're reminded of someone from your past. Either way, it does seem like there are some emotions afoot in what you're doing, and possibly some pressure that you're putting on yourself, or maybe other people are putting on you. Okay, so now I want to ask just, like, general advice you might need for pursuing your goals. Alrighty. General advice you might need for pursuing your goals. Okay, reverse Nine of Pentacles, reverse Hermit, and the Three of Pentacles. Okay, so with these two cards, the reverse Knight of Pentacles and the reverse Hermit, it seems as though you may be trying to do too much by yourself, okay? Like, independence is a good thing, but hyper-independence is not. So as I mentioned earlier, like just now, the Nine of Pentacles is a card about, like, individual and independent success. And, like, the reason why it represents that is because, like, the number 9 is, has the numerology of the Hermit, which is the 9th card in the Major Arcana. And so with these two cards showing up together in reverse, it definitely seems as though you might be trying to take on too much yourself. And, that might be, like, literal responsibilities. You might be trying to accomplish too much by yourself, but it also could mean that, like, you're putting too much pressure on yourself to succeed and, like, not giving yourself enough free time with your friends. You aren't addressing your emotions as much as you should be. And then with this Three of Pentacles, the Three of Pentacles is a card of collaboration, as we can see here. So it definitely seems as though the cards are telling you to stop trying to do everything yourself and to reach out to others who can help you with your goals and help you succeed. Okay, let's see. Alrighty. I think next I'm going to ask, what do you want to achieve? Alrighty, what do you really want to achieve? Oh, 10 of Pentacles again, reverse Queen of Wands, and the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so with this 10 of Pentacles showing up again, it seems as though you not only want to achieve success, but you also want to achieve general stability. And considering this is the 10 of Pentacles and not the 9 of Pentacles, that might be stability for the sake of starting a family. Or perhaps this card could carry the same meaning as it did earlier, and this card could just mean that you desire to live up to the expectation that others are putting on you. You desire to be as good as the people who came before you, as good as your role models. Now, the reverse Queen of Wands is an interesting one. The reverse Queen of Wands reminds me of the hyper-independence that I was just discussing. You may be, you may be aiming to achieve success so you can be like, oh, like I'll never have to rely on anyone else if I'm just successful. Like if I can carry myself through everything, I won't ever need anyone's help. Which, you know, not the healthiest of mindsets, I have to say. I think it's a good goal to be financially independent, especially because you never know what the world is going to throw at you. But I don't think you need to strive to do everything yourself, you know? The world is full of people who would be willing to help you. And if that means, like, literally helping you with your tasks, or if it just means, like, helping you get through the day, like, what have you. But, you know, it's important. Now, that being said, like, strive for financial independence all you want. Like, that is a smart move. But it's just don't close other people out for the purpose of pursuing that mission, is my advice. Okay, so also with the Knight of Pentacles, for what you really want to achieve, I mean, this card is like pretty simple for the question. Like, the Knight of Pentacles is just about someone making slow and steady progress. It's just someone who is very, very stable and very grounded with what they're achieving. So it does seem as though, just like generally speaking, you are aiming towards that stability, and whatever you're doing is for the purpose of obtaining that stability. And maybe there's a little bit of hyper independence that's motivating you. But yes, okay, so I'm gonna ask one more question to the tarot, and then I'll do another oracle card for you guys. Alrighty. Last question, I'm gonna ask, what is the outcome of what you're pursuing? Alright, what is the outcome of what you're pursuing? Okay, reverse Six of Pentacles, the Moon, and the reverse Ace of Wands. Okay, so with these cards, it seems as though there may be a little more imbalance before you reach the stability that you want, okay? So the reverse Six of Pentacles, the reverse Six of Pentacles can mean a few things. It often means that there is an imbalance, there is an unbalanced give and take, all right? You may be putting more effort into what you're pursuing than it's giving back, or you may feel like you're putting too much effort into it for what you're getting back. But with the moon shows that you have some sort of intuitive connection to what you're doing, and you feel as though, like, it's the right thing, all right? Now, the reverse Ace of Wands often talks about, like, a false start, basically, and it comes up whatever you're pursuing is good, like, you're doing the right thing, but something about what's going on with it means it's not coming to fruition as fast as you would like, all right? Like, a reverse Ace of Wands is different than, like, a bad card in the upright position, because the fact that the Ace of Wands is present at all shows you that your ideas have some weight to them, but just the fact that it's in reverse shows that they aren't coming to fruition in the way you like, and it would take some time. It'll take some more time. Yeah, so with these cards, it appears as though you may be feeling burnt out. A little bit of a pun, little bit of a pun there with that candle. You may be feeling burnt out. You may be feeling as though you're putting in all of this effort, and you're not seeing the results you want, and yet still you will know that you can keep going, right? Yeah. So my advice, just like with the cards that I've seen, is to trust your intuition, is to like trust that you're doing the right thing for you, you know, if this reading has resonated. And also, it's important if you're pursuing a goal, it's important to love the journey as much as the destination. And that is somewhat of a cliche, but you know what? It is applicable here, so I'm gonna use it anyway. Yes, it's important to do things not just because of the end result, but also because you enjoy the process. So, and that's what the cards seem to be saying, is like, you know you're doing the right thing, even if it takes you some time to get there. Alrighty, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to get a card from the Colette Baron-Reid Dreamweaver's Oracle just for some closing advice, and then I will end this reading. Alrighty, closing advice for what you're pursuing. These cards are huge. I've never shuffled these on camera before, I don't think. Okay. Alrighty, just do one little shuffle. Closing advice for what you're pursuing. Closing advice for what you're pursuing. Closing advice for what you are pursuing. And closing advice for what you're pursuing. Alrighty, number 11, if the fox can't find his tail. So 11 is the number of justice, which is interesting because we were just talking about, like, not feeling like you're getting what you deserve. But anyways, I am going to read the message for this in the guidebook. Okay, 11. If the fox can't find his tail. Essential meaning: digging deep into your own authentic knowing, avoiding compromise, chasing your tail. I'm sorry if you can hear the airplane in the background. Or maybe that's a helicopter. Whatever. I'm sorry if you can hear the aircraft in the background. How about that? Anyways, if a fox can't find his tail, it might be because he's chasing the wrong things and looking in the wrong direction, one that is unnatural to him. Sometimes you might find yourself compromising to avoid conflict. If you're coming from a place of fear, that may work in the moment, but you may still lose something about yourself in the exchange. You know this deep down, but occasionally you need to be reminded to stay true to your inner knowing so you don't trade your truth in acquiescence, giving in to someone's expectations or perceived dominance just to keep the peace. The same goes for following trends. Oh, everyone appears to be doing it, so you do too, just to fit in or because you think it looks successful, but it's not sustainable. Now is the time to get clear on your unique qualities and offerings based on your values. When you do this, it's automatically good for everyone. Don't say yes unless you really mean yes, or you'll feel ungrounded. That said, if you're clear that you don't have all the facts, it's okay to change your mind, but only do it if it's right for you. You can ask for more information so you can understand the situation better, avoiding the defensive reaction, including any assumptions you may have, and aligning better with the idea of win-win. Then you'll stop chasing your tail. You'll come from a gentle, grounded, empowered place. So much good is possible when you do this. Alrighty, my friends. Well, I do believe that is all I have for you today. So I hope this resonated. I hope this was helpful. I hope this gave you some useful advice. And I wish you the best of luck in your journey to personal success, whatever that may be for you. Alrighty? But yes, that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.